Hello, this is Father Louis Skirty with a very interesting rendition of Friends of the Word. My guest today is Teresa Apule. Welcome, Teresa.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here.
You prefer Teresa or Teresa?
Teresa.
Okay, Teresa. Now, we had various topics, various guests, and we're just expanding our repertoire. So when Teresa and I chatted, I said, what a wonderful guest she would be. You're going to be overwhelmed. We're going to do this in a few segments, but you're going to be overwhelmed at the interesting stories she has to share with us about how you made it throughout the world singing opera. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's start. You're on.
Let's see. This little hick from Paterson, New Jersey, of Italian immigrants, daughter of Italian immigrants, wonderful people. And as a little child, I spoke Italian. That was my first language.
Sure.
And at 3 years old, they put me on the table and I would sing Neapolitan songs. So I sang all my life. But
you just picked it up.
I just sang naturally. Yeah. I don't know where it came from. But anyway, Daddy, they never thought I'd go into the theater. No.
Ooh, God forbid.
God forbid. So when I went to school, the teachers start writing letters to my parents saying that I was very talented. And Daddy just kind of ignored it. But after the Depression, we lost our home here in Totowa Borough for $1,000. So we went to move into the Totowa section of Paterson, and we rented. And so I went to school number 5. Okay. I was there about a couple of years, and they built the new School 5 on Totowa Avenue.
And what year was that?
That was about 1940.
The new school was built in 1840.
Yeah, it was gorgeous, and they had this beautiful theater. So that Christmas, I was in the 7th grade, they decided they were going to have something to honor this building, this new school.
Oh, nice.
And they gave a pageant, and it was the story of the birth of Christ. I played the Madonna.
Those were the days they could do that in public schools, right?
I played the Madonna, and I sang a lullaby to baby Jesus.
Stop.
Now you have
what grade?
7th grade. So now they really grabbed my parents and said, "You got to make her study. She's really very talented." And I thought Daddy kind of ignored it, but what he did on his own without telling me, for 1 year, he traveled all around and got information and found me the best teacher in the world.
Oh, wow.
So one Saturday, I was vacuuming my living room.
Singing?
And no, I wasn't singing. But he said, "Belly Baba" in Nepal.
Belly Baba, yeah.
He said, "Do you really think you'd like to go into singing and studying?" Oh, yes. I didn't know what I was getting in. So he said, "Well, get dressed because I found you a teacher."
Wow.
And we went to Mr. Vincent Trigiani in Paterson on Ryerson Ave. He had come from Italy. He had studied. He was a violinist, but he knew the voice. He was excellent. But before I even sang a note, I had to learn the solfeggio. In those years, you had a do, re. That's it. Then, piano, we started with the German lieder and the art songs, the French art songs, the English art songs, and singing that type. And at that time, we had a beautiful women's club on Park Avenue, Park or Market, I don't remember. And I gave a lot of recitals there.
And you're still in grammar school at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then eventually I graduated grammar school. I went to Central High, and from Central High, I went to Juilliard. And that's where I studied.
You say it like I went around the corner. How did you get to Juilliard?
It was not easy.
I can imagine.
Do you know, not only was it very expensive, and my poor daddy foots the bills, but to get into Juilliard at that time, I had to sing a German lieder, French art song, an Old English song, a Spanish number, and an Italian operatic number. That's to get it.
Wow.
Plus, they gave me, I was going to study Italian, and I took a test. I had to take a test. They put me in senior year of Italian because I knew it well. Then they gave me, I had to play Bach on the piano. And I had studied well because I had George Keller as my piano teacher.
So you knew the piano
Oh,
as
I knew
well.
the piano already.
Wow.
But there I perfected it. Now I can't even play Gigo G.
That's all right. That's all right.
But that was how it all began. And then after that, studying with Vincent for 6 years, I went a lot, studied a lot. Then I went to Juilliard, and while I was at Juilliard, I made my debut in Traviata. I was 21 years old.
At Juilliard?
No, here in Patterson at Eastside High School. That was the theater at the time.
Wow.
And Maestro Alfred Rosinger, who was from Vienna, had an opera company in Patterson. And all the famous opera singers came to sing in Patterson.
That was at Silk City.
It was. Right? It was a gorgeous city. You would never know it by looking at it now. But I made my debut, and all the teachers, by that time I had gone to New York to a teacher, together with Maestro Trigiani.
Right.
And he really took a great interest in me. And that's when they got my dad and said, you got to send her to Italy because here there are not enough theaters, and she needs that. So Dad sent me to Italy.
And how old were you then?
I was 24, and my first contract in Italy was to record Cavalleria Rusticana at the Fenice of Venice. And it was with Maestro Halas from the then City Opera of New York.
Oh, wow. There, in
Italy. And then he had a program on WQXR.
Oh, right.
Remember?
Yeah.
And he told everybody about this fabulous we all thought she was a Neapolitan. Here she's from New Jersey.
Patterson, New Jersey.
Yeah, and that's how the career started. Then from there, I sang in every major theater of Italy.
Name a few.
Bellini di Catania, Massimo di Palermo, Bologna, Genova, Piacenza, Ravenna, all over.
I can hear. Wow.
I sang.
All of these places had opera houses.
Gorgeous. Oh, the San Carlo and then La Scala.
Oh, you sang La Scala.
I sang Forza del Destino and Don Carlos at La Scala.
Opposite.
Flaviano Labeau, who was a very fine, the only thing, he was very little, but beautiful voice, and Ettore Bastianini, great baritone. And I made my debut in Aida at the Pedruccelli of Bari, which is in Puglia.
Sure.
And that theater sat over about 4,000 people. It was bigger than La Scala. And when we did the duet between the father and Aida, and he said, "Non sei mia figlia," and he throws me to the ground.
Yes.
I hung on to him, and the public went so crazy. They were stomping, and they were beast. So he had a personality. He went, "Non ti muovere."
Oh, don't move.
Don't you move. So they asked him afterwards, "Why did you not want to repeat?" He said, "Mi è andata bene una volta, chissà la seconda."
Translate that.
Oh, it went well the first time. Who knows what would happen the second?
That's true. Oh, my
so,
goodness.
then from there, I sang in all the northern countries, Helsinki, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark. I was the guest of the King of Denmark, and he asked me to be his guest, and I had to listen to Marriage of Figaro by Mozart with their company. And it was a very, very professional, very musical, but their voices were not Italian. So he specifically asked me, how were the voices? I said, well, sorry, I can't really, they're not Italianate voices, so I wouldn't want to say anything about their voices, but they're so musical and they're so perfect and everything else.
This is the king of
Denmark.
Denmark. We're going to pause here because there are many, many stories. Just sit down, relax, go get a cup of tea or a cup of something else. And Teresa and I are going to come back as she picks up the story of her travels throughout the world, singing at all of the major opera houses throughout the world.
Yes.
Are you going to come back?
Yes.
Okay. This has been Father Louis Skirty, and part 2 is coming up soon. God bless you.
Bye.